Do you know what the richest place in the world is? It's not a city or a country. It's a graveyard. There are graveyards and cemeteries all over the world, filled with generations of people who died never accomplishing any of the dreams or aspirations that they had. Millions and millions of human beings go to the grave having never even lived, or at least not living to the fullest. And so graveyards all over the world are filled with unrealized potential of all the ideas never pursued, dreams never fulfilled, and inventions never created. And of course, that is much more philosophical than material. New York City was the richest city in the world last year. But the point remains. We live in such ways that most people do not pursue the things that would make them truly happy. They kick the can of ideas down the road a little bit, waiting for the right time. And the right time is never here now, is it? And worse than that, many people find lots of ways to hide away from pursuing creative ventures. They say, oh, well, I don't have the money, or my responsibilities are too heavy, or I'm afraid of what people will say. Well, I can empathize with the money issue and having real responsibilities. The world is tough out there. I understand where you're coming from. But what if I told you that the concept of being afraid of what people say is actually a massive lie? What if I told you that we shouldn't care about what other people say, and that not caring about negative things people say is actually a skill you can develop? Because it is. Let's talk about it. Welcome to The Pondering. I am the real-life fake wizard. If this video brings you any value at all, I invite you to subscribe to this channel where we're posting new videos nearly every day. Okay, so before we talk about dealing with people, let's talk about you or me, us, Why do we care about what others think? Well, because we want people to like us. And because we want people to like us, we hesitate in doing things that could negatively impact that perception. Lots of people live their lives predicated on other people. You allow other people's opinions to dictate your life, and that equals immediate unhappiness. Because you're no longer living for you. You're living for what someone else thinks about you. And it could be a variety of people that have this effect on you. Your brother, your sister, your neighbor, your friends, your mom, your boss, your coworkers, the guy at the bus stop, your former roommate, a lady walking her dog. You could be terrified of what the Girl Scouts standing outside the Walmart are saying when you don't buy the Thin Mints. And I'm telling you that living your life for the thoughts of all those people means you're not in control of your life. It means you're not going to do the things that push you ahead. You're not going to take the risks you know you should. And when you're 92 and your years of youth are gone, you'll sit in bed and say, I wish I did things differently. When you're 92, you're not going to care what guy with the face 69 said on the internet about you, because it won't matter. Because time is up, and you missed out on living your life to the fullest. So what do we do? Why are we talking about this? Well, there's two things. First is you, an understanding that you need to stop judging yourself in the same way the world judges you. You get enough judgment from the world. You don't need to do it yourself. Do you put yourself down? Do you have doubts about yourself? Do you doubt your abilities to succeed? Starve all doubts. Doubt is the killer of dreams. Most people are so filled with self-doubt, they are unable to believe in themselves enough to even consider how amazing life could be if they just tried. You know those doubts you think about yourself, or those sharp and nasty judgments? You know that's not your voice? Like, yeah, sure, it's your thoughts, and hopefully you're not schizophrenic, but your negative thinking, you didn't put them there. Other people did. Other people that criticized you and put you down. Other people who told you you're not worth it or not good enough. That's where that negativity comes from. It's a remnant of the judgment of other people. It's a lingering residue from people who will never understand what it's actually like to be you. I call it the ghost. It's a ghost. And what do ghosts do? They haunt places. If you're battling self-doubt, you need to start practicing separating it from yourself. You are not the things holding you back. You are not your negative thoughts. And by separating your negative thoughts from yourself, you can better start to understand them. You can isolate them, figure out what's really going on there, and then start doing something about it. For example, I will never be rich. Okay, well, rich is a broad term that means a lot of different things to different people. Get rid of it. How about, I'll never be a millionaire? Okay, you'll probably not be a millionaire today. So in that case, it's true, in which case it's not something to think bad on yourself for, it's just a fact. And you're still breathing, aren't you? So now ask yourself, what are the things that you're doing to overcome that problem? What steps am I taking to become a millionaire? Is that really what you want? Why do you want to be a millionaire? Would that make you happy? Does money actually make you happy? Why does money make you happy? Would it solve your problems, or does holding physical cash make you smile? That's strange. I hold cash from time to time, but it doesn't inherently make me smile. Is there something more there that I am missing? Break down your self-doubts to the lowest possible variable. You'll start to figure out those self-doubts aren't real. They are problems you haven't put yourself on a path to solve yet. That should probably be a video on its own, because there's a lot more I could say there. But okay, so if this video is about dealing with what other people say about you, why do I care about my own self-doubts? Because you need to be able to process your own self-doubts so that you can parse through all the negative things the world throws your way. I said there was 2 ways to handle negativity from others. The first is handling the negativity you put on yourself. The second is splitting the negative things others say into 2 baskets: haters and naysayers. Naysayers are worse than haters. And partially it's because you often find naysayers closer than you find haters. Loved ones often act like naysayers, and most of the time, they don't know they're doing it. Why do you care so much about that? It's not important. Why are you doing this? You're too old for this, or you're too young for this. Why are you working so hard? You don't need to do that. We love you just the way you are. Oh, that's stupid. Loved ones like your parents and siblings often say things like this, and hopefully they're coming from a place of love, almost to look out for you. But naysaying is poison to your determination. You need to learn that these statements are toxic, and you need to be able to hear them, understand when they come from a place of love or a place of negativity, and then gracefully, always dispose of them in the trash. Naysaying comes from a mindset of complacency. It is often that the naysayer has given up on their own endeavors, whether by failure or never trying at all. Naysayers are usually quitters. But maybe this could be your mom, and she's looking out for you. She doesn't want to see you get hurt. But you need to get hurt in order to get better. You need to try, and you need to fail, and you need to repeat that cycle until you win. And winning maybe means $1 million. Winning is relative. Now, that example was your loving mother, who cared very much about you, coming from a good place. But sometimes naysayers are still your mothers, but they don't want you to do better than them. They are your fathers and spouses and siblings that don't want you to try because you'll make them look bad. Understand that naysayers are trying to protect themselves from being reminded that they have relegated themselves to an average life. They cannot afford for you to do something big because it will challenge the justification they have made for their own decisions. When you try new things, you are a threat to all things average. Understand what naysaying sounds like. I'm working on writing this book. Wow, writing a book is really hard. Did you know most books never get published? I'm quitting my job and starting a business. But you're doing so well at your job. Why would you do that right now? Hey, I'm trying to go to the gym more often. I got a few pounds I need to lose. Oh, if you're not training before 5 a.m., you're wasting your time. It doesn't matter if their intentions are to help or hurt you. If you listen to them, the result is usually the same. They will deter you and add doubt and confusion to your already challenging goals, making a difficult activity 1,000 times more difficult. Now, haters, on the other hand, I love haters. Now, the term hate and being hated on is relative to how you interpret it. Let's say there are haters that actually don't want you to succeed. They want you to fail. Okay, well, if it's just some commenter on the internet, why do you care about what they have to say? They hate you, and they want to see you fail. Those opinions go gracefully, directly into the trash. They provide you no value. It's just boring, blatant negativity. And we already talked before about being able to parse through commentary. If it's just pure hatred, I kind of just pity that person. I get comments online all the time from angry, bitter people saying the most offensive and obscene things that they can. If that person is incapable of having a conversation and they can only resort to using slurs and pejoratives or ad hominem attacks, that person is likely incredibly low intelligence, and or their life is so miserable they're incapable of interacting with other human beings. That's someone to pity, not argue with. All right, but let's expand the definition to being hated on a little more. Negative comments that disagree with you and actually have substance, but are said in nasty ways. You need to treat these as gifts, because they are. I said before that the only way to get better is by failing. Well, sometimes your haters call out failures or mistakes you didn't even know were there. If you can learn to let their negativity towards you just bounce off, then you take the truths that they say as gifts and you learn and improve. I get comments on my videos all the time calling out mistakes I've made in the video, or perhaps they don't like the commentary I'm making, or they have other ideas about those topics. Well, it's interesting to see things on the other side now, isn't it? As long as I don't let their mean words hurt my feelings, I will use their fuel to grow my fire. Let your haters give you ideas. Learn from them, even when they do hate you. When you're able to separate yourself from being hated on by the world, all you see is the information in front of you, and that information can be used to make you better. I respect my haters. I do. Because if someone thinks that I'm bad at making videos, well, that's their opinion. They're allowed to have their opinion, just like I'm allowed to have my opinions. Perhaps they have that opinion because I'm not doing a good enough job at displaying my value proposition. Maybe my messaging is off, or my choice of words isn't getting my point across. At that point, it's on me. It's not on them. My friends, we live in a very cynical world, and I want you to think about this. There are two ways to build the tallest building. Option 1, you build the tallest building. Option 2 is you tear down all the other buildings in town so that your building is the tallest by default. And I'm telling you, go build your tallest building, whatever that may be. And stop paying attention to others who want to tear yours down or tear each other's down. Words and judgment from others means nothing. Words are nothing. Action is everything. We need to stop letting words slow us from going out and conquering our dreams. This is my message to you. You have wonderful things you want to do, and you might be afraid of how to do them. You might be afraid of what other people may say. Do not let fear of judgment be something that slows you down. There are much bigger things to worry about. Go be great. Create. Innovate. Inspire. And for the love of God, cancel Disney Plus. Excuse me, Mr. Boss, did you just tell them to cancel Disney Plus? This is the Disney office. You didn't change the background image. Good God, I hit the wrong button. I was trying to hit a different button on the Stream Deck. Anyway, all right, take care. Cancel Disney Plus. Ta-ta for now. Join my Discord, fakewizard.com, okay? Damn it.